This is a bunch of old Thai coins. They're mostly all from either Rama the Fourth. Rama is the king, so King the Fourth, King the Fifth, and we got this one here is King the Sixth. Not really great condition, but that makes it okay to handle them and look at them. And when you turn them around in the sun, you get a nice idea of the detail. So these are the Rama the Fourth. This is the guy in that book or play, The King and I. And he was around running Thailand or Siam at the time until 1860 something when his kid Rama the Fifth took over. That's Chulalongkorn, probably the most popular king that there is. So you can see somebody did a little test mark right there. This is quite worn down, but when you get the natural sunlight on it, you do see some nice detail. And I believe this is a 1 baht silver coin. The edge is smooth. There's nothing on it. There's no sort of anything. On this side, you got their, I think they call them pagodas. Of course, you'd have to ask a Thai person what's that called. Now, this symbol shows up on a lot of stuff in Thailand. To me, it looks like, multi-tiered wedding cakes. Up at the top, you've got the rays. It's supposed to resemble light coming out of the top of this thing. And this is the shape, of course, of all of their watts or their temples. And as this was explained to me by my wife, that's because they are tapering up gradually up towards heaven. I'm not sure that there is a heaven in Buddhism, but the idea being maybe nirvana or nothingness, which is the goal. If you are really into Buddhism, the plan is to be anatta, nothing, to stop getting reincarnated. Now, I gotta say, I don't think Siddhartha, the original guy, even believed in reincarnation. That's kind of an Indian Hindu thing, which is the prevailing religion and culture that he was born into and he sort of broke off from. But then, as I understand it, his followers kind of went back to that. So you'll get a lot of differing explanations, but of course, reincarnation being, depending on how you are in the current life, you'll either come back as something better or worse. And the goal, as this was explained to me, is to not come back. And I've always said, sort of flippantly, as a non-religious Farang white person, that sounds easy. You can take yourself out whenever you want. That's kind of not the hard part. The hard part's sticking around, in my view. I obviously don't get it. So anyway, Rama the Fourth, nice silver baht. Here's another example. A lot more worn down. I think it's a different example, actually. If you look at this, this is not identical to this one. Same design, it looks like, with the little stars around the edges. But this one does not have the same reverse as this one. There's a lot less detail. Or maybe this one's fake. Look at this one. You got all this design going on outside of these things, outside of the cakes. This one does not. And this one has the dots going around the edge. So someone who really knows their stuff would be able to explain that to me. I'm going to say this one sounds more silver than this one also. So who knows? Maybe I got ripped off with that one. I didn't pay much for any of these. In fact, I got to tell you, this one. So moving on to Rama the Fifth. This guy, a contemporary of Abe Lincoln, actually offered in a letter to send Abe Lincoln some elephants. He said, hey, you don't have any elephants over there. We'd be happy to send you some so you can let them go free and mate and reproduce all over your countryside so you'll have a bunch of elephants and be lucky like us. But the only catch is we don't have any boats to send them to you on, so we're going to need you to send us boats to put the elephants on. And Abe Lincoln said, Thanks for the generous offer, but no thanks. Anyway, this guy is revered, actually really navigated Siam successfully through the dangers of being colonized by France or England, who were creeping in from either side. Of course, we know that French Indochina included all the neighbors to the right, to the east, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia. Indeed, France even fought a very brief war, I think in the late 1870s, with Siam under this guy. And this guy capitulated, with honor, sort of, but he was smart enough not to get in a big fight with France. They sent some gunboats up the Chao Phraya River, which is where Bangkok is. And this guy deftly said, okay, take Laos, because these guys had actually just captured Laos, I don't know, less than 100 years previously. They had taken over Laos, and so he traded Laos for the sovereignty and peace of Siam proper. So good move. If you look at Laos today, they can live without it. That's where they get a lot of their nannies and housekeepers from anyway. On the reverse, I don't know. But again, as you can see, inside this little box this individual sitting on is the same symbolism that we see all over everything else. This particular coin, I believe this is called a 2-at, A-T-T, at, whatever, was given to me in what's called Chinatown in Pattaya, Thailand. And I went into this shop, I was there with my in-laws, and they were translating for me to talk to the guy who had some various coins. And he gave it to me for free. It's all beat up, but what a nice gesture. When I was just there recently, I wanted to go back and try to give that guy something, but we didn't go back. So maybe next time. I know I'll recognize him. I've got a picture of myself with him and my kid and this coin that he gave me. This is a smaller denomination, also bronze or brass or, base metal, just like this one. I think this is called a half-at, or looks better condition. And same deal on the back here. Now, I don't know Thai, but it's possible that the years are appearing on those. So as I was showing you this, Rama V, very popular guy. Also, modernized the country, sent a lot of his kids out to all the European countries to get information about their military and other advancements. I believe he ended what we would sort of define as slavery, where there was like an underclass of serfs. They were emancipated under him. People go and they pray and light smell sticks in front of a big statue of him, an equestrian statue of him in Bangkok in front of their parliament building, to pray for something good to happen. They give him whiskey, I believe. He likes that. So these are all silver bots, same silver equivalent to a US $half of the same time, approximately. This is a quarter bot, so this is a quarter of one of those. Very toned up. The same design. This I just got a couple weeks ago while I was there. A 1/8 bot. The 1/8 bot and the 1 bot, I have really nice PCGS graded mint state examples of, but it's nice to be able to hold them in your hand. This is kind of the equivalent of a US dime of the same time. These are all equivalent silver content. Approximately, not exactly. This is just another one. You have the 1 bot. And finally, we've got King Rama VI, who took over at about 1910, 1908, 1912 maybe. Successfully navigated the country through World War I, in which the Thais were the only Asian people allowed to march in the victory parade. So how about that? All right, thanks for watching.